Hi everyone, Summer with the Stardust Sin, and I wanted to talk today about the Divine Feminine. So Courtney over at Eries Witchcraft all of this month has been doing a hashtag for hashtag Divine Feminine Energy, and this is probably the only video I'm going to get out about it because I took vacation. But I really wanted to participate. I really wanted to show my support. I did show up in the live, and I have been supporting other people's videos on it, and I will do the spread at the end of this video for everybody to see how it turns out for me. So in her week 1, she actually asked what the Divine Feminine was to me, or to you, right? And I can't say that I specifically worked with Divine Feminine, but while I was thinking about it, while I was contemplating all of this stuff in my mind, talking to Rochelle, talking to other people about it and whatnot, one of the things I realized is that I do see it as a feminine energy. It's a balance of a masculine energy. It's one half of a whole. And the whole is the source energy for me, the all-knowing, the God energy, if you want to put it that way, or the cosmic energy, or, it's just, for me, it's source. Okay. And everything within source has two sides. And that's how I see energy as a whole. Now, she asked for Divine Feminine energy specifically, so I wanted to explore that a little bit more because I'm not in my feminine rage, honestly. I'm more in my femininity. And working with the Fae has kind of pulled that out in me. Also having a really good supportive husband who has made it a safe place for me to do that. So we kind of balance each other out. He has a lot of masculine energy, which helps me lower my masculine energy and balance it out with my feminine energy. So Divine Feminine is, for me, it's the ability to be intuitive, to be nurturing, to be supportive, and to be creative. Because as I was growing up, I grew up in very strong women. I'm not going to say my family isn't feminine because, you could look at anyone in any female in my family, we're feminine, but the way their brains work, they're very strong. They're very open-mouthed. My grandma was definitely a at-home wife. She was born in 1940, but she's strong. She's do-it-yourself. She's going to tear that wall down if you don't do it for her. She's going to punch you in the face. She's going to tell you, if you flip over, these are all true stories, by the way, if you flip over that chessboard, she is never playing chess with you again, okay? She is the do-it-yourself, riding a lawnmower and having a 4x4 with a chainsaw to cut down and cut all of her wood into pieces and stuff like that, okay? My aunt was, yes, she worked full time. She showed up. She was there for her family. She had dinner ready on the table, but she didn't take crap from nobody, okay? There was a lot of masculine energy in there. It wasn't demure. It wasn't always beautiful. It wasn't always feminine. None of those things. And when I was, when I first got married to my first husband, he wanted this woman who was like wife energy, right? And I can honestly tell you that from about the time I was 16 till a little bit into my current relationship, right? I was a more divine masculine energy person. I did it all myself. I can do it myself. You don't need to do it for me. I got this kind of thing. I don't need you. That's what it was. I don't need you. No. So I didn't honor it. I honed in on this masculine energy, and it's only been recently that I've been able to move forward into anything that is Divine Feminine energy. My ex-husband he wanted a housewife. He wanted the woman who was barefoot in the kitchen with dinner on the table at 5 p.m. and he was religious, okay? I had 2 children with him. We lasted 5 years, but I fully believed I was not capable of being a housewife because what his idea of a housewife was and what my idea of what a housewife was based off the females in my family were not the same. They were not the same. And it kind of jaded me. It like put me in this really masculine shell of making sure I didn't need somebody to do these things for me, making sure that I don't need a man, right? I don't need a man. But that's not balance, right? And that's not divine feminine at all. That's very masculine energy. That's like staying in that masculine energy. And look, a lot of the divine feminine energy that's going on, especially with this hashtag, has a lot to do with, that feminine stuff, feminine rage, feminine this, feminine that. What I'm not hearing a lot of talk about is where I am. So I'm going to be brave and I'm going to say some things. And a lot of people may disagree with me, and that's okay. This is my life and this is my experience with it. So here we go. Divine feminine. It's me wanting to be a stay-at-home wife. It's me wanting to provide my husband with dinner. It is me wanting to make handmade bread. It is me wanting to look and appear feminine, not just because it makes me feel good, but because I have somebody in my life who also enjoys it. I don't need him to enjoy it. I don't need him to want me to make bread or anything like that. No, he just lets me do whatever it is I'm going to do, which created this really safe space for divine feminine energy for me. And I do things for him that I would have never, ever, ever thought I would do for a man in my life, okay? And it has freed me, honestly. Like, things happened in my life. Abuse happened in my life. And not just a little bit of it, but a whole lot of it from every man I had ever met pretty much in my life that was important to me. Some form of abuse had really been bad. And there was mental abuse, there was physical abuse, there was sexual abuse, It doesn't end, but there's a point where I feel like for divine feminine, it's not just about being angry about something or being in that kind of feeling. I'm beyond that kind of feeling. I understand that feeling. I understand why people need that feeling and it pushes them, right? Divine feminine can push you because of the fierce nature of that female energy. Like it can really push you in a great direction, that anger and all of that I can do it myself kind of energy. But there's even a balance within the divine feminine for me of divine feminine, right? There's two sides even in that, because there is the nurturing side and the creation side, which is that side that I'm in currently of making bread just because I want to for my husband. Or making dinner just because I want to for my husband. None of that is bad for me. It has been liberating and amazing and has helped me heal from trauma that I didn't even know I was healing from, okay? It's like amazing. When I sat back and looked at it over the last few years, I was like mind blown, because I had this whole conversation with my husband. I was like, if it would have been back when I was 25, there is no way I would have made bread for you. Not gonna happen. But because he was supportive, because he trusted me, because he is my partner, right? My partner, not the person I'm supposed to obey or the person who's in charge of me or the person who takes care of me. We take care of each other, and there's that balance there. And I'm healing from trauma so I can actually be happy about the joy that's coming into my life and encourage that to come in. And I'm very excited about that. I'm very thrilled that I can be in that kind of energy. I am 43 years old and I spent the majority of my life in very masculine, I can do it myself, I don't need a man energy. And now I have a man that he's like, yes, you can, but I'm willing. And there's a difference between that. There's a difference. I didn't feel the need to rage against his masculinity, right? Or be like, I can do that. I can do that. I never felt that with him. And after 15 years together, it's finally, like, at the end of this 15 years, it's finally come to where I am healing from things. It's taken me 15 years with this man being patient with me to allow me to heal, to allow me to blossom in a divine feminine energy. And it's amazing and it's beautiful and I'm in love with it, okay? So let's turn you around. I'm going to do the week 1 spread. If I could do anything, I just wanted to get at least this one video out to participate. And I mean, I love Cortney to death. Like, some of the stuff that she has brought into this hashtag has been absolutely phenomenal. She has brought people together. So if you have the opportunity, please go check out her channel. I'll leave a link in the description. Check out the hashtag, see what people are talking about. Some of it is a little hard. Some of it is uplifting. Some of it is, you know, what's going on? But experience it, because experience is part of life. So I'm going to turn you around and we're going to do this 4-card spread and see where divine energy seems for me, what the tarot says about it. All right, and we're back to do the Divine Feminine Tarot spread from week 1 over at Aries Witchcraft. I'm going to be using When Women Had Wings because it feels like the kind of energy I want to be in, so that's the one I am going to be using. All right, so let's see what happens. The first question is, what does the Divine Feminine mean to me? Oh, these cards are a little bit longer than my fingers, so this could be a really interesting experience. What does the Divine Feminine mean to me? All right. Next question. How do I experience this energy? Okay, how do I experience this energy? How do I experience this energy? Interesting. Okay, in what way do I suppress this? In what way do I suppress divine energy, I guess? In what way do I suppress the divine energy? In what way do I suppress? In what way do I suppress? Ooh, they're gonna fall away. This is harder than it seems with giant cards, guys. But it's a pretty deck. In what ways do I suppress? Oh, interesting. 8 of Wands. All right, last question. How do I manifest these divine feminine traits? Okay, I'm going to try this way. How do I manifest these divine feminine traits? Oh, it does not want to shuffle like that. So that's out. Okay. How do I manifest these divine feminine traits? How do I manifest these divine feminine traits? Okay, Queen of Cups, interesting. And because this is a brand new deck to me, we will be reading out of the book, and that's just the way that it is. you have to deal with that part, I guess. All right. This is, like I said, this is a brand new deck to me. This is the first time I am using it. So first off, we're going to take a look at, I'm going to actually do it this way, I think. That way they all fit in my area. Okay, so judgment. Judgment is the first one. It is, what does divine feminine mean to me? So I feel I can understand this, honestly. We'll see if we need the book. I can understand this, honestly, because there's a lot of judgment that comes with divine feminine, whether you're in your rage or not in your rage, right? Whether you're I can do it kind of girl or a I want somebody else to do it for me kind of girl. It's a huge deal, and people do judge that. But also, I mean, how far do I go in judging myself with this? I feel the need to be more of a feminist because society pushes that on me, that I almost feel like being in my feminine is wrong. That wanting to make bread for my husband is wrong, because society is just pushing this women's rights. Women should have the right to their bodies and men don't get to choose and I don't need a man and, all that stuff coming up. So I feel judged even by myself, I think. But there's more to judgment in it too. It's the idea of the realistic aspect of what you're doing to yourself too, right? So that's very valid. Okay. How do I experience divine feminine energy? The moon. How beautiful is she? Majestic, mystical. The moon it only illuminates certain things. And I feel like that's what I do. I use it to my advantage and to illuminate the things that I want in my life. And I look for it. I look at it and I allow that magical and mystical idea of feminism to envelope me. And I love that. That's such a good card. Okay, here's where it gets a little more tricky for me. 8 of Wands. 8 is a movement card. Wands is very much ambition related to me and that creative energy for me. So in what ways do I suppress this? I'm going to have to look this one up in the book. 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands. There we go. There's Wands. It's not... Page 10, 9, 8 of Wands. Window of opportunity calls for swift action, adventure, spontaneity, a chance to advance. If one has the courage to seize the moment and act quickly, trailblazing, adventure may indicate good news, travel or romance. An uplift of energy beckons you forward. This is a time to be confident enough to take action when opportunity. Okay, confidence. I think that's one of the ways I suppress this is I don't have a lot of confidence in my feminine energy. Because this is new to me and it's new to want this. So I don't have a lot of confidence in that. So I could totally see that. As far as Queen of Cups goes, how do I manifest this divine feminine trait? I mean, come on. Can it get any more real than that? But let's look in the book and see what the Queen of Cups has to say. Not Pentacles. Haha. Queen of Cups, wisdom in matters of the heart, compassion, emotional stability, nurturing, mother energy, a supporter of others through compassionate listening and deep empathy, an encourager of dreams and talents, generous care, a trusted voice, whether within or without. Yeah. That's how I manifest this. Oh, that is so perfect, you guys. That is so perfect. Okay. Cortney, absolutely amazing spread. Thank you so much for doing this hashtag and the opportunity to participate in it. And I hope you guys have a very great day.